Hey, I just was thinking today about this modern era that we have with the cell phones and the tablets and the phablets and all this stuff, right? And one of the biggest dangers that I see, and I'm not even kidding about this, is young folks that spend so much time on their devices there. They're spending all of their time and energy sucking in information. Most of the time, it's completely useless information, right? What's going on social media, YouTube videos, funny videos on Facebook, whatever. But they're just constantly sucking in information that has absolutely no value to them at all. Now, when we were kids, or when an older generation of folks was coming up, we had to use our brains to think of things to do, right? In other words, we had to use our brains to create, to imagine, to manufacture ideas or stories, or when you play GI Joes or Wars or Barbies or dolls or whatever it was we were doing, build a fort, build a tree house. We used to make forts out of blankets and pillows and crawl underneath and pretend like it was our hideout. All these kinds of things we did. We used our brains to imagine and create a world that we could play in. One of the dangers to me is that world now exists in here, and young folks aren't required to create it anymore in their own heads. They can just kind of what I call bake and brain candy, right? Like this has the nutritional equivalent of candy for the brain. I mean, it's useless, mindless nonsense. It's just a constant flow of empty calories for the brain. So why is this a problem? Because think about it, in adulthood, right? It's our creativity, it's our ingenuity that makes us valuable to the marketplace. But ingenuity and creativity is like a muscle. You've got to use it. You've got to develop it. You've got to have that. It's got to be practiced. The kids today aren't getting that practice, and that scares me. That really worries me. So here's what I tell my kids, and this is what I tell adults too. Because let's face it, we're not done growing and learning until we're dead, right? Or we shouldn't be. So here's what I tell my kids, and this is what I tell myself and what I tell all adults around me too. Spend a little bit of time every single day just getting better at something. Anything. I don't care what it is, right? Spend a little bit of time every day. Like my kids, I tell them, I go, look, don't spend your whole day just hanging out on YouTube or on your phone, man. Instead, go play the guitar for a little while. Go roller skate for a little while. Go ride your bike for a little while. Go work on whatever it is you want to work on. Work on your soccer moves. Work on your dribbling with your soccer ball. Work on something. Every day, spend a little bit of time doing something, engaged in some kind of activity that's going to make you better at some kind of life skill. Something that requires you to use your brain or use your body to develop a skill or to enhance a skill that makes you better long term. It doesn't have to be something that earns you money. It just has to be something that allows you to continue to grow as a person, as an individual. And my kids are doing this, and it makes me so happy to see my kids now, instead of just zoned out in front of the device or in front of the TV, to be working. My daughter's decided she loves ukulele. I'm like, ukulele? Okay, sure, why not? I don't care. It's a new skill. Learn it. Get good at it. Develop it, right? But as adults, we should be doing the same thing. Here's the question I want to ask you. When you're spending the time that you have to spend outside of the time that everybody else grabs from you, right? Your boss, your employer, your business, your clients. When everybody else is done taking their piece of the pie, what are you doing with what you have left over? What are you becoming good at? What are you becoming masterful at? When somebody asks you, what are you good at? Is your answer going to be, I can play Mozart like nobody's business, or I'm a great Facebook surfer? You get to decide that answer. Have a great weekend, everybody. That's the dose.